far away, across the ocean, underneath an Indian
My pirate name is Filibuster.
My pirate name is Shanti.
I'm Steve.
And I'm Maria. Like a lot of people in the what I would call the pirate community, which we've discovered over everyone's got a community, haven't they? And we've met more and more people who are interested in this culture, I suppose, of dressing as a pirate. I mean, for us, it's a release, it's an escape. I think that's what it is. It's escapism.
There's a very particular way you got to do this.
Can I ask you something? Do you mind if we do it out of character for one take? Really?
Puts on the costume, puts on the character.
We won't go into the details because you all know some of it and some of it not. They've gone through some really heavy shit.
But why we do it, I think, is a bit more...
It's just great fun.
I think it's partly fun, but some of my stuff is about alter egos. It's about permission to play. It's about being a grown-up but not wanting to be a grown-up. One of my friends' friends came up to me the other day and she said, "Sometimes you scare me," and I thought, oh, good, that's amazing, that's funny. Dressing like this for me gives me permission to go up to any person of any age, of any gender. And normally, Maria would never walk up to people in the pub and talk to them, but Shanti will. And Shanti can say what she likes, and no one will judge her.
Sometimes it's quite rude.
Sometimes Shanti goes way further than Maria would. And I've got another character called Arabella Boothwaite, and she is very extreme and very off the scale, and she'll do all sorts of things, and I almost don't know what she's going to do before she does it.
Well,
way...
She's a sex worker as a job, isn't she?
Yeah, she's a sex worker,
yeah.
But she's a 18th century sex worker. And the reason I think I got interested in Arabella was because I got really interested in that as a feminist, from a feminist perspective. I like wearing the clothes, I like putting the makeup on. I also really like flirting with women. And it gives me permission to do that. I don't have to do anything about that. It doesn't have to go anywhere, but I can walk into a pub and I can start flirting with anyone in that pub of any gender.
And you regularly do.
And I regularly do. I whispered it right into someone's ear because the band were behind me. And I walked up to someone I know and said, "Would you like a fingering?" And she went, "I beg your pardon."
Is it like I can't remember if the word is polyamorous or...
No, we're not polyamorous.
Have you got boundaries or...?
Yes.
Yeah, we're exclusive, aren't we?
We're exclusive and monogamous, and we have been for 35 years, but I suppose in some ways it's fantasy without it being salacious. It's really difficult to explain.
If someone hit on your back and you thought they were serious, you'd run a mile, wouldn't you?
Shanti would continue to play.
Tuning nonsense. They'll be calling you slow hand next.
About 2 years ago, almost exactly to the day, Maria, Shanti strongly encouraged me to go to the doctors, which I begrudgingly did, and it turned out I had a blood clot on my brain. 1 in 3 people who have the second operation die from it. There's my lovely scar. They told me I'd have a C-shaped scar. I thought they meant it'd be about that big. As you can see, it's the size of half the size of a dinner plate. When our eldest daughter became disabled, she was 15 and she got arthritis, and by 17 she couldn't walk at all. She could lift one arm up, she couldn't stand up, in loads of pain, and we had to literally carry her downstairs screaming to the hospital.
So day-to-day life was pretty fucking brutal. So why wouldn't you do this? And without us, like, going into the lives of anybody else we know. That's not just true for us, I'd say. I'd say,
What were you like at 15?
what was I like at 15? I was scrabbling around for an existence and trying to get interesting looks together. Yeah, I suppose I wanted to be different. I didn't want to be like other
but
kids
you
around
kind
me.
of
So
already were anyway, weren't you? Because Maria's mixed race, so her dad came over as an immigrant in the
but
50s.
if I can speak for myself,
I hope it's okay to say about your experience at school, but we were both bullied at school, I think,
Yeah, we both
because of
really
our
badly
differences. So it was a way of putting two fingers up to the people who told us that we weren't good enough. So we found a way of being good enough within our own skin.
it's like there doesn't need to be any reason for anything in life, does there? But like you could look at people like us, go, "Oh, that must be a kink," you know. There's got to be a reason for it, you know. Do they get off on this somehow? And it is like, why can't it just be? I think I always wanted to be different to everyone else. Maybe a part of it is that if you're not going to fit in, why not really not fit
Yeah.
in? Why be boring in life? You know, it's a bit of a cliche to say it, but it's not a rehearsal. You only get one life. Why not live it in Technicolor? That, you know, because she'd like a fingering, wouldn't you? Would you like a fingering right now? Of course she'd like a fingering. You see, she wants a
Who
fingering.
doesn't?
Who wouldn't like a ring on her finger, eh? That's what I said. Look like that.
I think they've
like
taken
that.
you a little bit wrong there,
No,
Shanti.
a big fingering.
That's
what
right.
she wants.
That's
She
what
wants
she
a
does.
great big fingering right now, right here at this table.